I did not expect to say this, but Southwest Boeing 737-700s might actually be more comfortable than their 737-800s. On my last Southwest flight, I flew on their 737-800 and honestly wasn't a huge fan of the seats. So when I got the chance to fly their smaller 737-700 on the return leg, I was curious to see if anything would be different. Hello and welcome back to KS Aviation. Today I'll be flying Southwest Boeing 737-700 on a short hop from Long Beach back home to San Jose to see if this aircraft really offers a better experience than the 737-800. Starting off at Long Beach Airport, I headed to the check-in area, where the agents felt a bit rushed and pushy. Not exactly the warmest welcome when it's 5 in the morning. Once that was done, security was just outside, and thanks to Long Beach's small size, I was through security in about a minute. With plenty of time before boarding, I grabbed a quick breakfast and spent a few minutes enjoying one of Long Beach's most unique features, its open-air terminal. Soon after, Southwest Flight 2269 to San Jose began boarding. Since Long Beach doesn't use jet bridges for these gates, passengers board via air stairs from both the front and rear of the aircraft. While this usually speeds things up, the two boarding streams merged inside the cabin, creating a bit of a traffic jam in the aisle. After squeezing through the boarding crowd, I found my seat, 25 Foxtrot, a window seat behind the wing. Before we push back, let's take a closer look around Southwest's Boeing 737-700 cabin. The Boeing 737 featured on today's flight is configured in an all-economy 3-3 layout with 137 Recaro slimline seats. Located at the front and rear of the aircraft are two lavatories, creating a lavatory to passenger ratio of approximately 1:68.5. Taking a look at the seat itself, at the top is a non-adjustable headrest. Below that is a nicely padded seatback, followed by an even more comfortable seat cushion. Looking ahead, we have a large underseat storage area, easily big enough for my backpack. Above that is the literature pocket, which includes a safety card, menu, and air sickness bag. The tray table is generously sized and fully adjustable.
Alicia Castella, are you on board? Alicia? Okay.
There's no seatback entertainment here, so instead you're greeted by a simple blue seatback. To your side is a fairly thin armrest. Unfortunately, there are no in-seat power outlets or USB charging ports either. Soon after, we were ready to push back, and while we taxi out, let's take a look at the aircraft we're flying today. The aircraft we're flying on today is a 16-year-old Boeing 737-700, registered as November 944 Whiskey November. It first took to the skies on March 18, 2010, before being delivered to Southwest just 1 week later, on March 25th. A fun fact about this aircraft is that it wore Southwest's special Discovery Channel Shark Week livery during the summer of 2017. Although the special paint is long gone, it's always fun to learn a little about the history of the aircraft we're flying on. Now, as we reach the runway, let's enjoy this takeoff. Soon after, Los Angeles disappeared beneath the clouds as we climbed to our cruising altitude, and the in-flight service began shortly after. Today, I was served a pack of Remy's cinnamon graham crackers. They were a nice snack, although I did find them to be a little on the dry side. As we wait for the drinks to arrive, let's check out the lavatory. I'm currently in the forward lavatory, and it's definitely on the tight side. Like most narrow-body aircraft, space is very limited, and only the basic amenities are provided. The water pressure is decent, although the sink is only about the length of a hand. As I arrived back at my seat, so did my drink of choice, which was water. Now that I was settled in, I really started to notice the difference between the 737-700 and the 737-800. The legroom was quite tight, but that wasn't the main reason this seat felt better. Instead, it was the padding. Compared to the much firmer seats on the 737-800, this one felt noticeably softer. While I wouldn't call it a luxury seat, I found it much easier to settle into on this flight. Recline was fairly limited, but thanks to the extra cushioning, I still found the seat to be quite comfortable for the short journey. As I rested, I noticed the blue seat back in front of me, and remembered to check out Southwest's in-flight entertainment portal. The Wi-Fi never seemed to load, but I was still able to access their large selection of movies and flight map, which was mediocre at best. As if right on cue, we reached our top of descent and began making our way into San Jose. This means it's time to give this flight a quick rating. Today, we'll be using the KS Aviation Domestic Economy score, rating this flight across 5 categories: ground operations, seat, cabin crew, food, and in-flight entertainment. Starting with ground operations, check-in wasn't the best, and boarding was quite congested. 2 stars here. Moving on to the seat, while legroom definitely wasn't the most generous, the noticeably softer cushioning made this a much more comfortable experience than Southwest's 737-800. 4.5 stars here. As for the cabin crew, they efficiently completed the snack and drink service despite the short flight, all while greeting passengers with a smile. 5 stars here. The food on this flight consisted of just one snack option, which was a little dry. 3 stars here. Lastly is in-flight entertainment. While the Wi-Fi never seemed to load and the flight map was fairly basic, Southwest still offered a large selection of complimentary movies. 3 stars here. This means Southwest Flight 2269, service to San Jose, earns a final score of 17.5 out of a possible 25 stars. For a flight that cost $300, there's definitely room to improve. Flying over downtown San Jose means this flight is coming to an end. Let's see how the landing goes. That was quite a smooth landing.
On behalf of this flight crew at Southwest Airlines, I'd like to welcome you to San Jose. Please take seat with your...
Soon after, I disembarked the aircraft.
Thank you.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
So much.
And with one last look at the 737-700, it was time for my final verdict. Unlike my last flight on Southwest's 737-800, my back still feels just fine. It looks like, for me at least, the 737-700 really is the better option. Looks like my luggage is already here. That was fast. Do you agree that the -700 is the better option? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this trip report, and I look forward to seeing you on the next flight. Bye.